Happy 4th of July 2016, everybody. I'm out on a solo trip today, and this isn't too far from my house. It's maybe a 20-minute ride away, and this is a big cellar hole down an old road that's getting pretty well grown in. I'm pretty sure it's been hit before, and if not, I've got another site down that way, and even that direction, I think there's a cabin site I'm going to have to go plodding around for. Not sure what I'm going to dig, but it is mid-70s and no humidity. I don't even have any bugs on me today, so this is going to be a fun day even if I don't dig much. Let's take a look at the site and let's get digging. So this is a big one. Beautiful center stack chimney. And I can even see right there down into the chimney. I'm going to reach my hand in there. Maybe I'll get bit by a badger. Nice straight sharp walls on this one still. Somebody must have had some money to make something this big. I'll jump down in here and take a look at how tall these walls are, because they're a little taller than me. This is a big place. And there we go. There's the entrance. I'm 6'2", and these walls are every bit as tall as I am. I don't know what it would have been here. Somebody had a very nice home, or I don't know if this would have been maybe a inn or something like that, but they did some work on this place. Amazing. Alright, I'm only about 10 minutes into it, and I'm just working around the cellar hole on the lip right here. As expected, there's a lot of iron, a lot of nails and whatnot, but work a little spot for about a minute or so here, and I got a repeatable tone, and let's take a look at what I got. And you can see how close I am. I'm just right on the lip here, and I just started right over there. That's all I got is a 10-inch D2 coil on my MXT, so it's not too good in the iron, but that was the first guy to come up, and once I got that out of the hole, there was my nice repeatable tone. I think that's a drilled shank on that. Yep, that's a drilled shank. That might be an older type dandy button. I don't see anything on it. I think it's plain, and that's what else I got out of the hole too. A piece of a plate or something, piece of crockery, something. So there's hope for this place. Let's keep digging. And be a responsible detectorist. Even though you're out here in the woods, miles from anybody, maybe nobody's gonna even see this site for years. Fill those holes back in. Robert Stepanitis and a couple guys were out detecting, I think yesterday, and they came across a site that had been dug the day before. The dirty birds left water bottles and tissues and open holes everywhere. It's not good for the hobby. It makes us look bad in general, so fill that hole, people. And nothing overly spectacular. Just a square iron buckle, but these ring up high. A good chance that could have been maybe an older coin or something else. So, always going to dig it. It didn't really sound dirty either, which is kind of surprising. And still working just along this lip here. Hopefully somebody is going to miss a coin. Well, nothing spectacular else is coming out around the hole. It's been picked pretty good. I'm getting a lot of these little itty-bitty nails that just sound great on the detector, and I'm not going to give up a tone like that just in case, especially being in this iron, but this is another one that was hitting in the 70s. It was jumping around a little bit, but I'm not going to not dig something like that, because in the iron, there could be something hiding underneath all that good stuff. Yeah, maybe 25, 30 feet from the corner of the cellar hole there, we got the well. And somebody's put a big flat stone over it at some point, so animals and whoever's crawling around out here don't fall in. And there's my next little goodie. I'm starting to break my orbit out from the cellar hole a little bit, and that is a Waterbury, Connecticut. Looks like A. Benedict, and I should be able to get a date off that. I'm guessing 1830s. So no, there's really nothing on the other side here. It's pretty toasty, but at least the back side held up. That's a nice little bit of gold gilt. And about how far out I've gotten my little orbit here. I'm starting to work around the back side of the property. And the road's over there, so hopefully this side will cough up some more. Going is tough around here. I'm digging a lot of junk, just hoping it's going to be something or something hiding under something else, and it's not. But this one's not really scratchy at all. It's a little jumpy, but popping around a little bit. So let's see what that is. I got a feeling it's maybe a button, or maybe another iron buckle that's just teasing me. And I had to go chasing a good 6 inches down underneath that root, and you can see I'm right at the base of the tree. Here's my little goodie. And I don't remember what these are. I don't know if it was part of a tip of a walking stick. It's pretty heavy. Anyway, it was giving me such a decent tone. I forget what this is. Once I figure it out, I will put it up here in the video right above me. Let's go see what else I can find out of this spot. Alright, I got another good tone here with the MXT. Far and few between, but I can get out of glare. Maybe 35 to 50s. Probably a button. Let's dive in. And I got bazingaed. Like some kind of melted lead or pewter or something. I think it's lead. It's kind of heavy. Oh well. Let's keep digging. Yeah, like I said earlier in the vid, be a good little detectorist. Fill your holes back in. Make it look like you weren't even here. Well, that's going to do it for this site. Goodbye. I've been here a good 2.5 hours and 3 targets to show for it. Those 2 buttons and that, I don't know what it is, tip to a walking stick or something. So we're going to head on down the bunny trail, see what that site number 2, spend a couple hours there maybe. And I'll try and find that cabin site on the way back out of here. Stay tuned. Alright, here we are at the second stop, and see that stone wall over there. That's the road. This one's a lot more subtle. I actually walked by it and had to circle back around because I knew I'd walked too far, but kind of an L-shaped one. There's not much left of it. This might have been an earlier site. And there's the stone pile there. We'll beat this up for a little bit. If it's been hit before, which it probably has. I'll walk back up the hill, see if I can't find that little cabin site. And I don't have coordinates for that, so it might be a little tougher. Let's see what we get. Well, this second site's been hit pretty good, but I find something a little ironic on the 4th of July weekend. Happy birthday, America. Well, I decided I was going to come down off the property. There's the natural opening in the wall. I was going to come work the road out front and maybe check that out and see what's over there. Yeah. A shotgun shell. I thought I was going to have a button maybe. I haven't found any of these today. This one was deep, about 6 inches, so yikes. Well, that was a complete disappointment. Other than another shotgun shell or 2 and a bunch of bottle caps. Nothing out in front of that road, and I even tried some more back on the property, so let's take a walk up here. See if I can find that cabin site and maybe dig something else today. Well, here's my little depression, my little hole in the ground here. It's a good 5 feet deep. Got some raised edges around here too, so I'm going to give this a quick shot. If I don't hear any nails, I'm going to call it a day. This is it. These are the 3 on my my itinerary. Let's see what we got. Well, it's real quiet around this thing. I just almost did a 360 around the hole and real quiet. I dug a piece of iron. I can't even tell if it's old, but I just dug something odd right here at the edge. Let's take a look at it. I don't think it's real old though. And there's my hole, right at the base of the tree, right on the edge of that hole there. I don't think it's that old. Get the phone to focus on it. Some sort of modern clip. You can see it's like a little alligator clip, but it's got a very interesting design on it. I can't imagine that's any older than like 1920s. I don't know if this has been an old-fashioned garter clip. Weird. I'm not going to give this spot much more time though. Alright, I spent another half hour here for nada. There's nothing here. Occasional iron tone out here and there, but it's probably modern junk. Colonial beatdown, but I knew it was going to be a colonial beatdown. I know these places have been hit before. So I went into those spots knowing that they had been picked out before, but they're not always picked out. I got a few things anyway. Since that video wasn't so diggity, I'm going to throw in a little quickie hunt Dan and I did probably 2 weeks after that hunt, and it was going to be 98 degrees and ultra humid out, so we went out in the morning just expecting to hit one cellar hole, and unfortunately Dan's GPS was off by a little bit. We actually wound up wandering around the woods for about an hour and a half or so, but we did eventually find the site, and so had somebody else, but we dug something. Let's take a look. There it is on the walk in. Gorgeous sunrise. Look how red that thing is. Shows it's going to be a hot one today. Dan and I aren't too far from the first spot of the day. Well, sometimes the cellar hole ain't quite where it's supposed to be. Dan and I kind of split up a little bit here, and we're looking for it. You can see how much more the sun's come up since we've been out here. Stay tuned, it'll be around here somewhere. Alright, here it is. 2 hours later. But that's what you gotta do sometimes. And we got keyed off by a couple of smaller holes off in that direction, so no roads near this. Hopefully it gives something up. Alright, we can stop the clock here at a little over an hour into our hunt here. Actually Dan just got a button, and I'm back at the cellar hole here, and I just got a nice 50s tone, and I got a button. Let's take a look. Well, there's the cellar hole there. What's left of the chimney. And down at the base of this tree here, got myself a nice little dandy button. That is a real dandy button. She got some fancy on it. Got an interesting star pattern. Some indents around it as well. That's a nice button. It's the only target I get out of this cellar hole. It'll be worth a 2-hour hike and an hour of fruitless searching. Yeah, that's the reality of metal detecting. Let's see what else we can get out of here. Alright, last target from this site, and we're going to call it a day. It's getting hot, and this place has been beat up pretty bad, but we've got a button and a little rosette, and I got button number 2. Let's take a look. And there's a stone pile in the cellar hole there, and we both crisscrossed over this whole area. But it goes to show, you know, still find stuff. Nothing special. Plain button. Almost looks like it was in a fire or something. So that's going to do it for today in this site. We may be out again tomorrow. Do another short hunt before it gets 98 degrees out. So stay tuned. Well, that's going to do it for this video. A couple slow hunts, but what are you going to do? I still wound up with a nice drilled shank tomback with that nice machinette pattern on it, and that nice dandy button that had that silver wash and a nice pattern on it as well. Not going to do killer every week, but slow digging beats no digging, and that is the reality of metal detecting. We'll see you guys in a couple weeks with something else.